Hey, Pearl, how are you today? Hey, and here's Minnie. Look at the pretty flowers I just planted. What? Oh, you're right. I almost forgot. Another day of SoulCARE.
Hi, everybody. Hi, welcome to SoulCARE. How are you? There's Renee. Wow, a lot happening. So I'm very busy, and I just came from the dog park, so I'm full of dog hair. Hope I'm not allergic. There I am. I was going to get out of my dog clothes, but I'm full of hair, so I got to get hosed down or something. How are you guys? Hope you had a great weekend. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Sue. Very exciting day today. Marla, Stacy, Loris, Bambi, Linda, Ivy, Alan, Nancy, Kathy. It's going to be a good day. Meg, Mark Webb. Hey, Mark. I have all of this to go over with you guys. I want to share with you everything. So get it a piece of paper and a pen or a calendar because I have a lot of stuff you might be interested in. There'll be some cool stuff coming in. Been waiting to do this stuff for a long time, so now we're going to finally do it this week. Hi, Barbara Atkinson. Hello, Caroline, Elizabeth. Stay in my dog. Thanks, Ann. Stay in my dog clothes. Ruff, ruff, right? That's right. Last week we did this. We had the guy cleaning the carpets. I thought that was pretty interesting. Do you remember that? That was this guy Richard. And as guys who were here who watched this last week, I had Pearl had a little spill on the rugs. So I thought, you know what? I got to get the rugs cleaned. I do it yearly anyway. Hi from Ireland there. How you doing, Fiona? Good to see you. So I got the guy coming over to the house to clean the carpeting, and he didn't realize. I said, well, I'll be on FaceTime. I don't know if he knew what it was because he's coming in the room cleaning my office. There's a carpet here. And he said, can I get underneath you? I was like, okay. And I got up and left, and hey, it's real. It's real. Yahoo! You're a man, Danielle. Thank you. I'm doing great. He's famous now, Ann. Yes, he's famous. Stanley Cleaners, Stanley Carpeting. Yeah. He said to me, next time you call them, would you just say you have one room, and then when I come, you can show me the other rooms, and I get the commission. I get that myself. I said, I'll be more than happy to do that. I wrote that down on his card. So get a pen and a paper. Hi, Joni, darling. Hi, Patricia. Happy Monday. Hi, Sue Wells. I love starting my day off going to the dog park. I love it. I have all my regulars there, and it's very interesting. The first lady I met there she lost her husband and very young. So interesting that's why we first met. I was saying today, that's so weird how we met and I didn't even know who you were, and here we are. I said, yeah. So the intelligence of the spirit world works, And I think the more happy we can be, the more joyous we can be, the more that space opens up for more wonderful things to happen. And the more closed down we are or fearful we are, we kind of block things. So just remember that as you live every moment to moment, that try to put yourself in a higher vibrational frequency because it's closer to who you really are. We got to remember that while we're in this earth, this meat suit here in this earth level. Hold on, I'm going to close my door of my office. My office is in my upstairs in my house. I have a house with a one room upstairs, which is this. It's a master bedroom, but I turned into an office. So I hope if I ever move out here, I don't have to turn it back into a master bedroom because it would be a little pain. From Peru, Roxana. Oh, wow. From Peru. I love Peru. I've been to Peru. I've been Machu Picchu. Yeah, thank you. From England. Hi, Georgina. Yeah, I love starting with my day at Dog Park. It's just so loving and wonderful, and seeing how the community gets together, and they're all lovely. And I'm of course running around with people saying, oh, "Isn't this lovely? Look at that! How wonderful!" Change people's lives. Anyway, get out a piece of paper and a pen because some things are coming up, which I will know that all of you guys would like to and gals would like to be part of. Tonight's show, Both Sides Now and Beyond, is a very special show that Kelly and I have been waiting for a while to do. I did this once before, but it's a past life regression. So we're going to talk about past life regression and talk about past lives and your soul encountering for the past life. We're in a linear world here, so we have past, present, future in this vibration. But seriously, there is no time. And I'm going to bring you into a relaxed state, and you will really experience, and I think you're already you guys are already set up because you're here on this phone call. So you're open to that, which is great. And we'll just experience, I'll walk you through a space of your soul self and to experience various things from the past. And things will come in you might not even be aware of for your soul. And I'll set it up really beautifully. This weekend I was working on the actual journey, and the Spirit gave me some very interesting insights. Like, wow, that's kind of cool. So that's going to happen tonight at 6 o'clock Pacific, right here. And it's past life regression. I had a past life regression once. I might have told you the story, but I think it's so cool. And I remember I was asking, why am I doing this work as a medium? Because I'm kind of shy, believe it or not, I'm very shy. And why would I be out on TV and be with millions of people? Why would I choose that? Because I didn't choose it. I really didn't want it at all. And it was so interesting when I was brought down to the space of the regression. All I saw in front of me was my eyes and my mustache, which seems to have been through every lifetime, right? As a male. And well, who knows? And I remember that I was looking at my eyes, the mustache, and everything. I knew I was a general in several lifetimes. And I kept on looking at this figure, and all the change was a uniform. I was a military uniform, general's uniform, and all these different wars, the Prussian War and Indian War, and all over the world, these different wars. And I was always the general. And my position, I was always in charge of telling when my men, I remember it was mostly men, there were no women in those days, men went to go in and kill people. So I was responsible for the killing of millions. So I had to come back in this lifetime to heal the death of millions. And that, my friends, resonated as truth to me. Okay, that feels right to me. That feels so accurate. And it makes sense why I'd be in a global scale. So tonight, you never know what's going to happen, but I don't want you to overthink it. Just maybe send a thought of the Spirit. I'm going to hear whatever, question you would have. Make just one question. And just, we'll see what happens tonight. But it'll be an interesting show tonight. Both sides now beyond. My meditation course. Thank you. I'm doing an intense meditation course right now. I have 3 more videos to film. Just finished the chakra points and the adrenal glands, the endocrine system. Last week I did that. That'll be really interesting. And also including the different crystals for each chakra point. So I'm working on that right now, meditation course. We're going to probably launch that in June. So it's a big deal. So I want to let you guys know that. Okay. Amanda, I really loved your meditation course. Highly appreciate it, everyone. Thank you. I would love to practice more again to open my third eye more if anything is fun. Just send me your photo and I will try and see what. So Amanda. Okay. That's all right. Okay, Amanda. No problem. Yeah, we do that in the psychic course on the JP School of Mystical Arts. So I just wanted to let you know that. Okay, the other thing I want to tell you is besides tonight with the regression on both sides now and beyond, on Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a global meditation. So it's a global meditation, and it'll be March 29th. So that's going to be here that'll be at 5 o'clock Pacific time. So big global meditation. And we'll put it up today on our website, vonprog.com. So that's a global meditation, free meditation. And it's going to be, I'm going to do it once a month. And it's going to be you have to register for it. So, because we have so much room in Zoom, I think we have 1,000 people in Zoom. So it's a free meditation tonight, Wednesday night, global meditation. The link will be on the, let me just find out if the link is up yet. I don't know. Let me call the bat phone and call if the link is up. Hold on. Let's find out. I'm just right in front of you because it's the way it is. Is the link? It's just so much going on at once. I'm also in the midst of helping someone prepare to pass over. So I'm helping some people over also another part of the country with some people that have been passing. So I'm in the midst of that as well. So let me just get this. Sorry, everybody. Hold on one second. I'm not as fast as I used to be because I don't like autocorrection spelling. Website. Okay. So that's going to be once a month. I'll do that global one. It's going to be good. Hello, Susan from Ireland. How are you doing, darling? I might be seeing you soon. I might be over there in September. My brother and sister are both going over there in June to find our family in County Cork and County Mayo and Sligo. So, Patty, it says they can use our info if we register. They can. If the only thing would be me using your email, and believe me, I will not. I don't sell emails or anything like that. So trust me, you're good in my hands, my darling. Believe me, I'm not. I'm totally against selling email crap. Excuse my French, but no, do not worry. I will, and you can always opt out. So do not worry about that. That has to put up legally, but I don't sell email lists. But trust me, I don't. Thanks, Debbie Smith. Susan, when you have deja vu, is that from past life regression? It can be. Um, it can be that. So deja vu is, it's so funny because this human earth or world in this space, we think of things as so linear. There's one reason, one answer, but there are many answers in that. A deja vu for me is that my experience, I believe that deja vu can be indeed a soul memory of a past existence in a different city or a different place or a different position in life. But I also think there's a possibility that deja vu can be the following. I think at night we leave our bodies. Every night we leave our bodies. The soul, with encompassed in this meat suit, leaves out of the top of the head, and it's painless. We do it every night. We go to sleep. We're just unconscious, and you travel to the spiritual world, the astral world, the spiritual world, and you meet with your teachers, guides, loved ones, and many times you will prepare for a situation in the future of this physical dimension, this three-dimensional world. You'll prepare for it. So then I think when it happens here in the physical time, we on some level, we're like, I know this, so this seems familiar to me. So I think, and we sometimes call that deja vu. So it could be that as well. So that's what I think that is. Oh, hi, Janine. Janine Wayne. Janine. Regarding your classes. Janine, go JV School of Mystical Arts. You would like to, let me take a picture of your, Janine. I'm going to take a picture of what you said because I'll have to send this to support event. Support would be great. Gene, I'll make sure. Janine, I'll make sure that's there, honey. Hold on. Let me just. I will be writing this year, but we're going to be writing probably in the fall, and it's going to be in-person course. Start off in person. Oh, hold on. Just so I get Janine's here. Okay. Janine, I'll make sure. Just go to support JVP School of Mystical Arts, and then there's a customer support at the bottom, and that you can press that and say, I'm trying to register, but they don't get anything. That's the best way. But I'll follow up on that. Okay. James, don't blame French for questionable words. And I took 7 years. Roxanne, hi James. Is it possible to have a third eye blocked because we wanted to be we wanted it in our contract? No, because that's part of the soul. Because I've done everything to open it and still feels blocked. And you know why, Roxana? Because you're trying too hard. So you're trying too hard, and there's also some control issues there. So no, that's who you are. You're an energy system. It's an energy system. It's a chakra point. It's always there. But the human can close things down. Like for instance, the throat chakra, which is all about self-expression. If you were a young kid, let's say, or whatever, and then someone said, "Stop speaking," or "That's not true," or put you down, you might block that self-expression and not believe in yourself or your words. Excuse me. Pardon moi. So it may be that you won't express yourself and you have a hard time doing that, but because that's blocked, not closed, but blocked. So we have to open that up. So we have more blue. So the third eye is the third eye, you want to go indigo as a color, bluish purple color. And but don't try, if we try too hard, we block things. So it's called surrendering, and it's sitting this stillness of your soul. So that's all it is. But there's my great course, Psychic 1 Certification 1 is a good course for opening up that third eye. But it's always there, sweetheart. So Roxana, hang out with me. We'll get you open, darling. Chris Brown, sorry I'm late. It's okay, Chris. We knew you'd be here. Did you already talk about past life regression this week? Tonight, Chris, on both sides now at 6:00 tonight. Tonight we'll be doing it. There it is right there. Tonight's show about past life regression. Hi, Nadine. Good to see you. We're just mentioning your name the other day. Oh, could be. Right time, right place. That's very possible. Danielle, very good. Very good, Renee. I was going to go there. I'm in the life coaching course. Very good. Congratulations. Can you bless me on it? Danielle, I will bless you on it, but first I'd like to finish the life coach course before you take Mediumship 1, which is coming up. I mean, you can register for it because there's a phone call coming up with that. That's fine. But there you go, free webinar, April. Okay. So anybody who's interested in taking Mediumship 1, and if you'd like to do that, there's a free webinar on April the 5th. To write that down too. That's another one I want to tell you about. And that's at 4:00 Pacific time. So it's a free webinar, and I'm going to discuss what it means, what the mediumship class is about. So that's good for everybody. It's a free course. Why don't you do that first, sweetheart? Go on to that free webinar and see what it really entails, the Mediumship 1. And then after that, you may say yes or no. But I definitely finished Life Coach. But you can register for Mediumship 1, but start taking the lessons just right after Life Coaching. I don't want to mix too much up. So in that free webinar on April the 5th, it's going to be about mediumship, the basics of mediumship. Everybody's a medium from one degree or another. So I'm going to talk about what it is and what it is not. And a lot of people are shocked. They find out, wow, I thought that just special people could do this. And that's not true. You're a soul and they're a soul. You're a soul in the meat suit and they're a soul outside the meat suit. But the soul is the mind. The mind is the soul. So when they send thoughts from their mind to your mind, you can pick up on it. And that's what mediumship is in the basic, simple way. So we'll talk about mediumship versus psychic. What's the difference between the two? Because there are differences. And also we're going to cover what's called sitting in the power of your being. What does that mean, sitting in the power? We'll go all through that. And also how to tap into the higher vibration of spirit, the spirit frequency that they're at. How do we open up that space and tap into that frequency? And also calling upon your guides and angels, how to tune into your guides. Which guides do you have? How do you know when your guides are with you? How do your guides present themselves to you? And what do you want to learn from your guides? What are they telling you? And how can you work in alignment with your guides, right? Because you have to do the work. They can assist you in doing your journey, but you have to be willing to do the work too. No spiritual bypass. And also how to, I'm going to talk about that workshop, or that free webinar, how to, once you get a message, how do you keep it going? How do you keep it long lasting, that message? Because remember, it's almost like doing a portrait of a painting of someone. And what are the colors you use? How do you meet those colors? How do you make them stronger? I also want to talk about in the webinar, ethics and responsibility and integrity with mediumship, which there is. And more and more, I see less and less of that, which I do not like, because I think that when you have someone's life in your hands, you need to have ethics. You have a responsibility, and you cannot hurt people. You can't do that. That's not good, and never want to do that to anybody, right? So also, how do you work with mediumship from an objective point of view and a subjective point of view? What's the difference between the two? And also I'm going to discuss a little bit of physical mediumship, where actually the spirit manifests in a way through an voice box, an artificial voice box, which I've experienced through a friend, Leslie Flint, and also table wrappings and materializations. We'll talk about that. And also how to build a spiritual business. So once you have this idea, how can you share it with the world and also be able to live from that? Believe me, if you do something in an ethical way with integrity and humility, Spirit will take care of you. When you do your work, they will help you. If you don't do it the right way, they're not going to help you. You're going to push them away, because they're only going to be interested and invested in you if you do it from the right space, right intention. So I'll be talking about the April 5th. Write that down. That's the workshop, the free webinar for that. Okay. I think I have everything down. Oh, there's one more thing I'm going to say to you. On my website, there's a misprint of something. The mediumship kickoff date for the first call for those who are registered is it was on there. This is April 19th, but I'll be in Florida. Then, so it's going to be April 18th. It'll be the first kickoff mediumship call. But I can talk about it later on. But anyway, that's the other thing. What else? I think that's it. I'll be in Florida and that's my website. I'll be in Fort Lauderdale, and I will be in Tampa, Florida, to do 2 nights of demonstrations. So there we go. Okay, new comments. I think that's it, kids. That's it. Yes, that's all there is. Thank you. Thanks, Linda. You have any questions? You're welcome to. Yeah, Maggie, the workshop will be a Zoom. It'll be a Zoom link. So we're going to have it on there on the website. We'll get that link together. Let me see if it came through. I asked already. No, it'll be up tomorrow. That Zoom link will be on there, so no problem. It'll be on vampirog.com. Okay. 6 p.m. Roxana, 6 p.m. my time, Pacific time, is the past life regression at Both Sides Now and Beyond. It's myself and Kelly White, and that'll be tonight. Yvonne Van de Peer asked me, different language spoken during my teenager son's sleep. He's only English speaking. That's interesting, isn't it, Yvonne? That's interesting. Yes, that is very, very possible. In a past life too. Many times babies, when they start speaking, they speak a foreign language. Xenoglosy, that's what it's called. Xenoglosspy, and it's speaking a foreign language, which they have no idea. So definitely from a past life, without a doubt. Thanks, Amanda Price. Diane, hi, James. I have a question on peace after death. Shouldn't we have peace before death, too? For those that are in life held by religious dogma, is that released after death? Not necessarily, Diane. So you are exactly as you think. Just because you leave this body, your mind is still intact. Your mind doesn't change. Your mind is exactly the same way it was when you're here. So if you were a strong believer in a religion, then that's what you're going to have when you pass over. My mother was very Catholic, go to mass, the whole thing. And a priest helped her over, among other people. A priest helped her over. So you go to that belief system that you know of. And there are times where someone might be an agnostic or an atheist, and they find that they're out of the body, but they're still very much alive. And it's funny what they've said, but I mean, I told the story last week about the man who passed over, didn't believe any of it. And he came back and he said, why would I believe in this? Why would I believe in this now? I didn't believe in it in life. Why would I believe in it now? I said, well, you have changed. He goes, I haven't changed. I'm still alive. I said, yes, but you've left the physical world. And it was very hard for him to comprehend that there's no more physicality. Yet he felt like he had a physical body on that vibration in that dimension. He did. So, but he could walk through walls and doors and things change because he's not in this same vibration. Okay. So to answer your question, is having an open mind, expansive open mind is the best way. Nobody should own your mind. Should not be mind control. Not good. We have Jehovah's Witness, these two guys, Jehovah's Witness, at my dog park. Seriously. The young kids, probably 19, 20, wearing the suits and a tie in front of a dog park. And it got me a little upset. So James had to say something because James is a big mouth. And I said, boys or gentlemen, what are you doing? Oh, have you heard of the word of God? I said, oh, no, you're God. We're all God. And you know, when they're all fixed in that mind control. And it really was sad because, you know, these young kids, but it's their soul's journey. I said, this is a dog park. It's not a dogma park, gentlemen. So anyway, I went up to the office and said, are they allowed to do that? He goes, he has free expression. I said, okay. So next thing you know, I'm going to go ask them a question. Do you wear the long underwear? I was curious. I know it's not that religion, but just humor cuts it. Okay. Maggie, I hear a lot about trance. Not entirely sure what that means. So trance is, remember that there are many altered states of consciousness. And tonight in the show, we'll talk about different states of consciousness. But there's a subliminal state. There's a lower state. It's almost like a sleep state. Not completely, you're exactly out of it sleeping wise. You're not unconscious. But there's a very low state where you slow yourself down to such a point that you're kind of in a trance. You're kind of like in and out of it. And then that space is another level of consciousness. Okay, not fully aware as you would be in this level of consciousness, but you're at such a point where you're almost symbionic, and you're going to, and in trance, spirit comes through and can speak through that medium, and will give messages out. The issue I have with trance, I think it's a hard thing to do. I'm very good at it, but I don't want to do it. I don't like to do it. But I think many trance mediums who supposedly are in trance can bring out, they speak in spirit voice, but they never sound like the spirit voice, the ones I've met. So it's like the modern ones now. I don't think there are many trance mediums that I would support right now for that very reason, that they don't speak the spirit voice, and they should be able to speak the spirit voice. I don't know why they won't. If they're inhabiting that body of the vessel of that medium, they should be able to use the medium's vocal cords to speak that way. But maybe I'm unaware of that. But anyway, that's what trance is, sweetheart. A lower level of consciousness. Not lower, but slower, I should say, level of consciousness. Barbara, hi, Barbara. Years ago, after studying your books, I was actually able to see many spirits. Good girl. I thank you for that. You're very, very welcome. I was surprised when 4 nights in a row, several spirits visited me. Okay, we stop right there because they knew that you were open, right? So they knew then that you were open-minded and that you would be able to perceive them and receive them, right? 3 of which looked like they were out of the musical Cats. Why would spirits appear to be in a cat costume? Is that normal? Well, that's very interesting. I don't know. Memories. I don't know. I don't know what that experience was your experience. So I don't know what that means. If spirit, and there are different levels of beingness too. I mean, so I don't know what level that was at. But next time you could sit in the quiet, sit in the silence, and see what comes through to you. Even tonight, when in the show, you might get spirit coming through in the regression. You never know. I'm going to be doing with this regression night. There will be moments where spirit can come through, so that'll be part of it too. This Sue Wells, just want to answer this, Renee. Sue Wells, I had a cult approached me on my Instagram page, kind of freaked me out. I quickly blocked them. Yeah, you know what? You got to be very careful with Instagram and social media. I mean, it's so sad, and I can't really relate to it. I mean, I think I have, Renee and some people take care of me here because I don't relate to a lot of the social media stuff because people can be brutally mean and ignorant. Even on my web, on these things, I have people coming trying to sell their product. I'm like, that's not appropriate. So it doesn't give people the right to do that. It just doesn't. And but again, that goes back to integrity and manners. I want to do a class on manners. Mr. Manners. Okay. Is your workshop offered on your website? Maggie, it is. I will make sure it is. We're doing that today for sure. Okay. Thanks, Sean. Caroline, hi, sign up for your workshop. They appear to be very enlightening. Well, thank you, Caroline. I think that they are enlightening. I certainly hope they are. Yeah, good. Thank you, sweetheart. Debbie Smith. I wish I could express how much my inner soul lights up every time I watch you on Facebook. Thank you, Debbie. You make my day. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you, Debbie. And I say this to you because it's true. You would not be able to recognize that goodness or that happiness, that love from me if you didn't have it within yourself. So that's that reference. I'm just kind of a mirror to you. And it's true with everyone. I mean, if you see that, recognize something in someone else, then you have it within yourself. You have that reference. So thank you, Debbie, and back at you, as they say. You see, it gives me joy to talk to people about this work because it's really, I was discussing the other day, I'm doing the Shift Network. I'm doing a 7 lesson module thing, which you guys will hear about later on this spring. But I love to talk to people about, as I explain it to them, I love to see that like light bulb moment where somebody goes, aha moment, where you see it open up. And I've seen it clairvoyantly. People's auras opened up when you open up their spiritual expression and you bring them back to their origin of who they are. This whole light goes off. And that's what my job is. That's what my job is now. No, I'm a medium, but I'm a teacher. And that's my biggest joy. Manners, very important. I should do a course called Mr. Manners. I really, really should. Not that I have them all, but I'm pretty good. I'm pretty nice. Okay. Kathleen True says, I get a lot of people who want to give me a reading and say they have an important message for me. I block them right away. Yeah, Kathleen, that's a wrong thing to do. That's so bad. It's so bad. And if they only knew that the ramifications of that, not only for you, but for the and for themselves, it's bad karma. Hello, don't they get that? Bad karma. So you got to be very careful. Joni, James, I'm sorry, Kathy. When you say God, what do you mean? 1 second, Kathy. I got to call my girlfriend Joni here. When you taught me so much, simply cannot be measured. I carry you with me wherever I go. I become kinder, more understanding of people. Thank you. Thank you, Joni. You're a sweetheart. Very sweet. I look forward to our dance on the cruise. Kathy Hudd says, James, when you say God, what do you mean? Well, I'm not talking about a religious God. I don't believe in that. I don't talk about a God that is human-made. I talk about God as an energy, universal force, a pure love that I think us humans don't even have really an inkling. We have a bit of that, of course, but I think we have a sliver of that loving light, that God light. I think we're all God. So we're all that creative energy within us. I say God is that creative force that we can use so strongly. In the Bible, there was a whole, forgive me because I don't know word for word of this, but the God the Father, as Catholic, saying to God the Son, which I think was Jesus. Again, there are many more powerful things that humans can do, or Jesus might says, than I can. by using the power of God. And I think what that means is the power of energy, the power of that, using that God force, that creative, that loving force. We can create miracles to happen. We can materialize things. We can do healings. We can speak with spirit. This is all using the power of God, that creative force, that God force energy. So I hope, Kathy, that makes sense to you. I think when I talk about some about religion, I was talking to my friend Linda, who's helped me write my books with me. And we both raised Catholic. And I think it was a very good experience for me, having that as a foundation of spirituality. Inside me didn't resonate with the words that were said at the masses, or the drinking the blood and eating the body. It was like, oh, for an 8-year-old kid, that's like cannibalism. What? So that didn't make sense to me. But I love the ritualistic part. I love this incense. I love the music. I love the costumes. I love all that sort of thing. And there's so many things I have issues with. And the one thing, the Vatican has so much money. Why can't we sell that property and give it to the poor? Right? There's just a lot of different, not only that, but other religions too. Like I have a hard time with mind control. And I think a lot of it is mind control, intimidate people with fear. And I just think we should think for ourselves. We should be free thinkers. Anyway, that's my thought. Sorry. Hi, Georgina. Is it safe to do past life regression on our own? You can do past life. I don't know what would not be safe. Are you afraid of being possessed or something, which doesn't happen? I think you can do it on your own, but I think to have someone guiding you is easier for you, because that way you're not thinking. That way you're just the subject. You're just letting yourself surrender to it. If you do it on your own, you have to be thinking about doing it. So it's much easier to have someone help you with it. Lisa, can souls feel emotions? Of course. If we were to speak of how they may have hurt or disappointed us while on earth, could we hurt their feelings? Of course. I always try to speak what I loved about them as well. Because, Lisa, we got to remember that they're learning too. They're souls that they might not know any better. They might be limited in their point of view. They might not know things like you do. People act out of fear too. They don't act out of love. Not everyone remembers their love. Most people think they're fearful. Most people have been taught fear from their adults, from growing up, from the society. It's awful. It's just awful to do that. You got to spread the love where you can. Okay. Be still and journal. Oh, I love that. That's fat. Bravo. Bravo. Be still and journal. Love that. I'm in your mediumship course. Oh, no wonder. But when I connect, I'm connecting to angels and Mother Mary rather than family. Is there a way to strengthen this connection that differs from mediumship with people? Yes. I think that angels and Mother Mary is, I don't think you're connecting correctly. That might be coming from your higher self. I would try to get personalities of these loved ones. Don't go to Mother Mary and don't go to guides right now. Stay with loved ones. There's got to be a personality trait of someone coming through. So it could be, let's say your grandmother passed over, or grandfather. So when you bring through that personality, and you can just as an exercise, and let's say it's imagination where you're playing around here, but you're not. I want you to become them and just act like them. Just act like what your grandmother would say, what she would do. And then just because I want you to break through that wall of just letting yourself be part of that personality. Maybe she'll be there, maybe she won't right now, but just do that. Or watch someone on television doing acting out and try to be them. Just open yourself up to that, because you want to bring through personality, memories of them. It's almost like you shift your awareness and you become them, but they become you. They're using your mind. Okay. Mother Mary is too safe, and the guides are too safe, and angels are too safe. You want evidential details. Okay, sweetheart? Hi, Laurel. James, you're amazing. Thank you for your inspiration, spirit, and soul. Thank you, Laurel. Adriana, I am new. Very good, Adriana. Lovely. Welcome, my dear. I'm listening to your videos. Thank you. Thank you, Adriana. Thank you. I hope you'll stay with us and look in the school and hang out with us on our journey. Jep, excellent explanation of a view of God, and that's how I feel too. Thank you. You're very welcome, Jep. Thank you for acknowledging that. I believe you. I believe in you. There's so many questions going on. Renee, you're like an octopus back there. Hi, James. In a recent show, I heard you were Kelly, or maybe the spirit lady that comes in. We have a spirit lady that comes through on both sides now. I think her name is Belinda, but she looks like the lady, the animation on Bewitched, Elizabeth Montgomery. She has like this pointed nose and red hair. And she comes every time I do both sides now and beyond. She stands behind me. So it's really interesting. And she comes through and says these wonderful philosophical things. The spirit lady that came through sometimes mentioned that spirits will turn rings around. I've noticed my ring turning frequently since my soulmate died. Yes, Teresa, that's true. They can do that. My friend Mavis Patil, who passed over, a great medium from England, one of the evidential messages she gave to her partner Jean, she said, "I come in the afternoon and turn the ring around. That's your wedding ring." And sure enough, she said, "Yeah, she does." So it does happen. They do incredible things, and if we open up and give them the power to do that, and through our love, they use our love as that power. And love is the strongest force we have, friends. So use in all different ways, and even though you don't see it being used, sending out the thought of love. When you see someone's having a difficult time on the side of the road or in the store, or just send them love. Send them love. If you can't speak to them and make them smile, then send them love at least, because that energy is energy. Thoughts are things, and it's always intention behind the thought that counts. The intention gives it the motor, it gives it the energy to move. So remember that. Okay. Hi, Pat. Good to see you again. What do you consider prayer, and who hears our prayers? So prayer to me is unconditional pearls of love, right? So it's an intention with pearls of love, and we can direct those prayers to one person who's passed over, maybe, or our guide, or ourselves, or we can just send it out to the whole universe. So it's just, where do we direct those thoughts? Where do we direct that unconditional love? I think prayer is unconditional love. Charlene, wonderful and meaningful words of your thoughts today. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you with love. Love to you and have a wonderful day. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you very much. I hope you'll join me for the global meditation this Wednesday. It's in the newsletter. If you haven't, you can sign up your email. If you're new to the site, just go to vanprog.com. That's my site, vanprog.com. Or go to YouTube and put my name in. You'll get there. I have a YouTube page as well. Oh, there you go. And sign up for you get my newsletter. I don't abuse, I don't overuse. Trust me, I don't. I don't, because I'm someone that can't handle that myself with getting a lot of emails. So, but that's how you'll find out about the global meditation, other things coming up, and my meditation course in June. Okay. Danielle McKinn says, "Do you want to come back after this life?" I'm sure I think right now I'm existing in many levels, in many worlds, in many spaces and places right now. So sure, if that's meant for my soul's growth, I'd come back. I try to find joy every day in my journey, because joy, Joy, is part of the journey. JOURNEY. And I have to go through the human stuff too, It's like a tilt-a-whirl machine right now with emotions and things up and down. But there's a bigger picture. There's a bigger perspective that we always got to be reminded of. Okay. And my next thing is, before I do this, I love helping people and talking to people and enlightening people and sharing. Kelly, thanks, James, for what you do. SoulCARE helps me take on the week. Good girl. And Thursday, I do another one. So I'll be doing another one on Thursday, and that's like an intensive one for different classes. So this Thursday, I'll be talking about Mediumship 1. That's going to be coming up. So Mediumship 1 is a great course. Okay. Heather. Hi, Heather. I've done it with Dr. Brian Weiss. It worked great. Yes, Brian Weiss and I worked for about probably 12 years together. And he taught me about that as well. Of course, I've sat many times at his seminars. And I do Brian very well as well, my voice. We used to do each other on the cruises we did. So yeah, Brian has taught me as well. I'll be using some techniques, but little different than Brian's. But yeah, great teacher. The greatest, one of the greatest ones out there. Okay. Pat Lang, it is important to focus on chakras when meditating. Not necessarily, depending upon what the meditation is, what's the intention behind the meditation, what it is you're trying to, the experience you're trying to have. Okay, a couple more, and then we'll close for the afternoon. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much, Mary. What do you think your next steps are after this life for you? Who knows? I think I'm going to go rest. Probably gardens, of course, because I love gardens. But I'll always be a part of my soul helping people. I think that's really important. So Wednesday is a global meditation with me. And go to vanprog.com. You can see that. Or I'll be sending, make sure the link is there today. Hold on, let me see if that came through. We're submitting a ticket. Okay, it'll be up there. Okay, good. And then Thursday will be SoulCARE Intensive again. And then tonight, please come tonight for the past life regression, because we're going to do that in both sides now and beyond. All right. Thank you, friends. God bless you. A lot of love, and we'll see you later on.